my lords and ladies, how are you all doing today? My name is Anima and welcome to a Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi. I keep on doing this Asian man speaking lately. I don't know why. I'm not even playing any Japanese games or anything like that. Jesus. Anyway, we have a post-commentated Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle for you all today against Raymond, otherwise known as the FlamingAxel here on YouTube. He is an exceptionally talented battler and his movesets are da bomb. Honestly, they are really fun, really creative, and they balance creativity with practicality. So if you are interested in using original, interesting sets that function, then please go and check him out. You'd be doing yourself a mighty disservice if you didn't. But yes, you can see our teams from here. This is an NU tier match, if that wasn't evident. Although I feel a little bit confused about one of the Pokemon I'm using. I feel like it might be RU now, but I'm not sure. Anyway, let's hit Batteru Starto! There it is again. And you guys will see the battle and see how it has played out. Lovely jacket. Truly lovely jacket. I do like those. I do like those puff jackets. I do like clothes. They're a real vice of mine. So, I decided to lead with my Kiara Costa as my opponent leads with his Regirock. And at this point, I felt he wouldn't want to stay in on a potential Scald, so I do decide to go straight for the Toxic, catching the Poliwrath on the switch-in. Now, I led with Caracosta because it had a pretty good matchup against most things on the team, and it's physically defensive and pretty damn beastly, so I thought I could make progress, I could put out my rocks, I could definitely do something. And so my opponent does decide to tighten his focus as I go for the Protect. Now, the Protect was just a scout if this was a Focus Punch subset. I would have been pretty fucked if he'd gone for the sub, but I had a feeling that if he did have sub, him being toxic would definitely not motivate that, so yeah, so that was my logic thinking there. Now, he went for the bulk up, as I make a very stupid move here, and no, did I do that wrong? Did I do it wrong? Did I do it wrong? Did I do it? No, yes, this was the very stupid play here. I went for the Skull, completely forgetting about Poliwrath's Water Absorb, so that's the first misplay of the match, ladies and gentlemen. Please forgive me, because I haven't used Poliwrath before, so I'm not completely familiar. I do forget the odd Water Absorb here and there, so please go menasai, everybody. You decide to go for the Stealth Rock, anticipating him to predict me to go for a Protect, and going for like a Bulk Up or something like that. And unfortunately, this means his Focus Punch is going to make contact, and it is going to come just shy of taking me out. Sturdy was not needed to survive the hit, which is wonderbra. So this is cool. This is very cool indeed. But this is also problematic as well, because now my defensive wall is very, very crippled, and I needed this guy for Archeops. Very much so, because Archeops is a serious threat and threatens the hell out of absolutely everything on my team. So, knowing that I resist fighting both of this guy's stabs very well, I do go out into MVP! The Swadloon. This is a different MVP to the usual MVP. This is a specially defensive MVP, as suggested by a wonderful dear subscriber a while ago, to pair specially defensive Swadloon with a physically defensive Caracosta. They do complement each other very well. I do enjoy them a lot. They are really cool, really fun. And I highly suggest that you go and use yourself an MVP, because they're fucking funny. Okay, Swadloon is hilarious. I love this thing. It's so funny. So, I knew that I could tank whatever hit he went for, so I went for the Synthesis. And I got the feeling that he was definitely going to switch at this point, because he can't do anything to me. I can sit here and Synthesis stall him until he dies, and it would be much better for him to preserve this Poliwrath for possible death fodder. So, with that thinking in mind, my opponent does withdraw, and I go for the Baton Pass to get Switch Initiative on the... Talking is hard. Switch Initiative on the next Pokemon that comes in, and this happens to be Keystone, the Spiritomb, who's going to take a bit of damage from the rocks. Honestly, Keystone could burn me, and I don't want that, so it was very good that I'm not here. It is very good indeed that I'm not here. So I go into Skinner, my Pangoro, who isn't really afraid of this thing, because I do have Scrappy, which means I can hit Spiritomb super effectively, negating the Ghost typing and purely focusing on the Dark typing, which would destroy its cute little spirit evil face thing. My opponent makes a great play here and fodders the Poliwrath, which means he'll be able to scout what my item is possibly, and get a free switch into whatever he desires. So we go for that there young Storm Throw, which always ends up in a critical hit. I know you will probably know that, but there will be people who don't know that. And I do reveal the Life Orb with this. This is a pretty much well, slightly shy of max HP, max attack with just a sprinkle of speed investment, adamant Pangoro, and it hits like a bus. Honestly, this thing is so vicious. I normally use a choice band, but I had like 3 choice items on this team, and I was like, I'm not confident enough to do this, so I decided to stick the Life Orb instead, and it does work very well, I feel. So my opponent goes for the Power Hub Sky Attack, and this is an excellent way to get Archaeopsis' acrobatics to pop for maximum strength whilst getting off a very powerful attack. But at this point, I did decide to fodder my Kiracaster because nobody else wants to take that, and it would get me a free switch into Gesundheit, my Raichu. It's okay if you don't understand that. It's kind of a goofy name. It's like Raichu, like a sneeze. It's okay if you don't understand that. And Raichu is actually Scarfed, but my best play here is to go for the Volt Switch because there are no ground types on my opponent's team. And this Regirock really eats that Volt Switch. It really does, which leads me to believe it may be Assault Vested, and the fact that it didn't stick around to put in rocks at the beginning. I know it was looking at Kiracosta, but you know. But yes, so he does go for the Stone Age and miss, as I missed the Toxic, so that was just a very scary situation occurring on everybody's thing. That Stone Age would have done a massive amount of damage, but I can live because MVP, regardless of whatever incarnation it appears in, is bulky as shit. There is literally nothing this creature cannot survive. Seriously. You can't one-shot MVP unless it's a fire type move or a flying type move actually, which makes Archaeopsis a real problem. So predicting the outswitch, no, I'm lying. Wow, check me out, predicting everything. Ooh. No, I did go for the Toxic because that was what I wanted to do in the first place. But yes, at the Ice Beam, I do go for the Synthesis because I know I can live and I know I can try and stall out the Toxic if need be. So I had the feeling that he probably wasn't going to go for the Ice Beam again here. But I did decide to stay in and go for the Synthesis again, just to stall out a bit of toxic damage. It would have been okay if he'd gone for the Ice Beam, so it's okay. Goes to T-Bolt, and that's going to do absolutely negligible damage. See, look at that, look at that. With the Synthesis, MVP has excellent recovery, Baton Pass has initiative, and you can set the Sticky Web, but I didn't use it for this game because he has 2 flyers on his team, so I didn't really see the point. Even though, as I'll probably explain later, there could have been a good reason for me to use the Sticky Web. So now he went for the T-Bolt, and I thought now he's going to go for the Ice Beam, so I do decide to make the switch into my Pyroar, the Queen, who hasn't been around for a while, so hello, Sugar. Oh, honey, she's going to come out and scare some things to death. But she's going to eat this Ice Beam because of the obvious fire typing. Look at her, she's like a lion on fire. It's brilliant, it's wonderful. It's like that Scar scene, you know, where Scar dies. Spoiler alert, because we all haven't watched The Lion King before, obviously. But less grim and a bit more synergistic. So yeah, at this point I do make a misplay. I went for the Dark Pulse, predicting the Regirock to come in, when I should have gone for the Flamethrower or the Overheat, so that was a serious doo-doo. That was a serious bit of doo-doo on my behalf, because this thing is allowed to sleep and regain all of its HP. Good lord. In the last game, if you've seen this before, then you may or may not recall a sleeping Prinplup, which gave me a lot of grief. So I do decide to not fuck around. I'm just going to switch into Pangoro, and I know he can't kill me with any one of his hits, so I will be alright just to come in and do some damage. So he is going to withdraw because a super effective Storm Throw from Pangoro is going to kill no matter who you are or where you come from. But I did make the play to go for the Crunch just in case the Swoobat would come in, because it does quad resist my fighting type moves with the flying and psychic typing, so I didn't really want to mess around with that and have that thing come in here and get a free fucking Calm Mind up with a simple boost, which would mean it would get really bloody strong. So we do manage to get the Spiritomb with the Crunch, and that's okay, but I'm just going to go for the safe Storm Throw here. This Life Orb recoil is adding up, so it's a bit of a bummer that I didn't go for the Storm Throw straight away. But again, I couldn't risk the Swoobat coming in and starting to set up, because that thing does not need much time to set up and start using stored power and destroying every single thing in the world. So out comes Kokoromori. I'm sorry, I messed that up. This guy's names are very nice too. So I do decide to go into Gesundheit. I'm not messing about with this thing. I thought I can take an Air Slash easily enough because I resist, and its stored power, if it has that, isn't going to be strong because it hasn't got any buffs. So I do decide to go for the T-Bolt, and Raichu does not naturally outspeed Swoobat, so this thing is officially under pressure. He does go for the Calm Mind, which would have been fine if I was not a Scarfed Raichu, but at this point in time, that Swoobat is in danger, ladies and gentlemen, lords and ladies, guys and germets, germs and germets. Wow, it's just guys and germets. Wow, I am so sorry. I'm sorry, ladies. You're not just Germets, you are ladies. You are ladies. So out comes this Regice, taking some damage from the rocks mercifully, as I go for the T-Bolt, and it's going to do an absolutely embarrassing amount of damage. Regice is so specially bulky. Honestly, it's a beautiful Pokemon. I've actually been meaning to get my hands on a Regice and a Regirock, so I was looking at this man's team like, please, please, I want it. So I go into the Queen. I'm not messing around. I really want this thing dead because, once this thing is out of the way, MVP is free to kind of just like mess around and resist stuff. Kind of, sort of, maybe not really, I don't know, not really, I'm lying. Not really, I'm lying. But he did get very unlucky with the rests here, with the rest talks here, and it does suck. But you're about to see the Queen mess around, and this isn't cool. So she's going to take a T-Bolt, and another one of those is going to kill, but I was like, please, please, just land this, sweetie. You can do it, you can do it. It's a Choice Specs Overheat, which would do a massive amount of damage, but she misses both of them. And that's okay, that's okay. He's been getting crap luck with his rest talk, so it's like, it's okay, it's okay. Down goes the Queen, and I'm like, please. But I do have my Pangoro. Skinner is going to come in. Frightening name. My girlfriend hates it. But yeah, very frightening name indeed. He's going to go for the Storm Throw, and that's going to easily destroy the Regice. Yes, again, always the critical hit. It's such a good move. I love Storm Throw. It is an egg move on Pangoro, so please run around and breed that. It is really, truly good. So out comes Kokoromori again, and this thing, I was kind of just deciding to just sack Skinner at this point. I thought I do have means to deal with the other Pokemon. I can deal with them if need be. Who does just go for the sub, and the reason why he did that is to get his Salak, not his Salak, is to get his, yeah, was it Salak? Yeah, I think so. To get his berry to go off and increase his speed. Because of the simple ability, it will, every stat thingy goes up by double. With that in mind, I should have gone for Parting Shot. That would have been truly mean. That would have been truly mean. But he's going to go for the Air Slash now. And I needed this to happen because if this thing gets too many stat boosts, it can sweep with stored power, and that would be a very, very serious problem indeed. So I do decide to go into Legend because I want to preserve my Raichu, and I want to get a good switch in. So I do decide just to go for the U-turn here. I know that I could live whatever it would do, and I have the Citrus Berry on this set. I do usually run a Scarf, a Scarfed Archeops, but in some instances I'll run the Power Herb, but this one is just a Citrus Berry set for the acrobatics to pop and get me out of defeater's range. Yeah, so I do go into Gesundheit, and this is because I knew I could Volt Switch out of stuff. And I just need this thing down to a reasonable level. At this point, I just have MVP, Archeops, and Raichu left, while my opponent has the Regirock and the Archeops left. So this is a bit of a problem. Gonna go for the Stone Edge, land it, and MVP is gonna be toast. But can live any one hit, bear in mind. Can live any one hit, bear in mind. So my opponent wisely decides to go for the Ice Punch because it would guarantee the KO and not have the horrendous chance of missing. So now I decided to go into Gesundheit once more, and I was just really praying that this would kill, because if it's the Assault Vest variant, it might not have done. But I went for the Grass Knot, and mercifully, thank you Jesus, it is enough to take down the Regirock, bring it down to its knees. That thing is heavy as hell, so I'm not surprised that Grass Knot would have been able to take it out. And out comes the Archeops. Arceus. Yeah, that is a very good nickname indeed. I'm going to go out into my own Archeops just to fodder it because my Raichu is locked into Grass Knot here. So my opponent goes for the Head Smash, and that is going to be enough to clean take out my Archeops. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I didn't want to... There was a possibility that I could have switched into Archeops earlier and gone for Earthquakes against the Regirock, but I didn't want the possibility of risking a speed tie against this thing. So I know that Raichu can outspeed. I just needed to preserve Raichu for this moment, and the T-Bolt is fine, and it does take out Arceus! The Archeops, clearly the greatest Archeops there ever was, although my Archeops is a legend, so bear that in mind, everybody. Now, with that said, I do hope that you guys enjoyed this battery. It's very good, yes, again, please check out the FlamingAxel, his litter. Wow, talking is so difficult lately. Let's take a deep breath. His YouTube link will be in the description down below. I had Twitter on the brain then. So now, yes, leave a like if you did enjoy that, and answer the QOTD, which is gonna be, would you rather have horrendous flatulence or out of control sweating. I am talking horrendous flatulence. I am talking flatulence. And sweating, I am talking horrendous sweating. I am saying you are Aquaman in this moment, okay? So, horrendous flatulence or sweating, okay? Answer this important question in as much or as little detail as you like. Preferably not too much detail. Me, personally, I think I would just go for the, oh god, I don't know. They're both disgusting. Why did I ask this question? I tell you why I ask these weird questions. It's because I had a Saturday job as, in an art shop, and me and my coworker used to play Would You Rather all day and just ask each other progressively more gross Would You Rathers. And I think this would be a kind of funny thing to do. I think I would rather just really, really sweat, oh no, then I might die. But then the flatulence, I'm just gonna pick the sweating, because it's less kind of gross with smells and stuff, you know? I think I'm just gonna pick the sweating thing, so yes, let me know what you would pick. You don't have to, but it's just kind of funny, isn't it? And yes, guys, feel free to subscribe if you have not already, because it would be an absolute pleasure to have you on board. I do hope you enjoyed the ALS challenge, which would have gone up by now, I feel, and yeah. I hope you're enjoying yourselves very greatly. More importantly than all of the things I have mentioned is for you all, apart from maybe ALS, for you all to take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye!